I've been reading the last 2 business books I read, the last 3 business books that I read and highly recommend would be Traction by Gino Wickman. Amazing. So if you have a business with a handful of employees or more, Traction, it creates an operation system for your business that it's really, really self-explanatory, and it's great. It's great. So we're applying all of the Traction operating system to our business now. We're already implementing some things before, but this really creates amazing structure. Then I ordered What the Heck is EOS, which is like basically the employee handbook version of that book. So I read that in one night, and that will be what our employees read to kind of get them up to speed on what the operation system is and why it's important. And then I just last night in one night read Keith Cunningham, Something Insanely Successful Business, the ultimate handbook to an insanely successful business, I think is what it's called. And that book talks about creating different P&L reports and different, just all different types of like KPIs.
Reports to just like get a good gauge on your business from all different angles.
Yeah, some things that were obvious that I didn't really think of before, but just ways to be able to read ways to measure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just reaching that next step of like, we're gonna be, man.
It's actually a lot of fun because
it makes me realize that nobody gets to most. And when I say nobody, people do. Most people do not get to that point. Most people stop at the point of business to where it's like, I created my own company. Great. If you made that first step, excellent. But then they like work in the company forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And it's just them and maybe like 1 or 2 other helpers, but it completely relies on them. There's no scalability to it. You can never really sell it for any substantial amount of money. It was also talking about the valuation of companies and how to make your company the most valuable as possible. So if you want to exit one day, all of which things we are really already have in place, or the biggest thing was not having accounts receivable, like not having one account receivable.
Gesundheit. Just scared the crap out of me.
Not relying too much on one account receivable.
What does that mean?
So think about, we have that now.
One bank account, you mean?
One account receivable. So that means waiting on
you keep repeating the same thing.
One check or one bank transfer each month or each week. That is one client or one person that pays you too big of a chunk of money that you rely on, to where if it disappeared for whatever reason, in a worst case scenario, your company would be screwed. And that's the current app.
Yeah.
Because it's an account receivable. It's not our own internal income. Mm-hmm. And with the new app, it's going to be our own, or it'll be our own internal income. So instead of relying on one bank transfer, you now have thousands of customers.
I get it.
Which is what you want. You want thousands of customers. You don't want one customer
you're
that
just
accounts
saying
for
multiple income streams.
Well, no, yes, but you just don't want one customer that's
dictating,
responsible for 40% of your income.
Yeah.
Or 60% of your income.
Which you definitely have now. You have like 2.
Yeah. But we have solutions, which is great. Hey guys, before we get back to this video, Moto Academy is going on a world tour in 2024, and we're going to be hitting over 120 locations. We're going to be absolutely everywhere. Myself and head coach Mitchell Prescott are dividing and conquering. Go to the motoacademy.com and sign up for a class today. I urge you guys to keep checking the website because we're adding new dates and releasing new locations every 3 days. So every 3 days, new stuff is going up on the site. And like I said, we're going to be absolutely everywhere. So if you want to train with us in person and get the best moto training humanly possible, go to the motoacademy.com, sign up today. Back to the video, which is great. Yeah. Because they talked about how that would mess up the valuation of your business and it would hurt your multiplier. So a business is valued at like your annual gross income times, could be 1 times 3, could be times 5, could be times 10. Depends on what your business is and everything about it. We have I don't think I would ever sell is the thing, but maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I obviously understand why people sell their businesses, especially people that like want to do it for a living, like buying and selling multiple times over and
Well,
growing
it's how
businesses.
you make your money.
Yeah, but at this, like, I get really upset because obviously there's certain brands that I love buying. Just changed the diaper. Obviously, there's certain brands that I love buying my food from, and a lot of them have been selling out to like Johnson and Johnson and like all the bigger ones, and then they switch out the ingredients, and then you have to keep watching the product to make sure that it's not changing or getting worse quality. Like if I was a business owner, if I was you, I would be really bummed if I sold my company and then it just turned to like a crappy corporation that didn't actually care about the customers the way that you do. And that, I think if I were a business owner, it would stop me from selling it.
I know.
I don't know, because let's say you sell your business for a couple million or whatever it would be. All right, that's great. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I'm just giving an example. And then you're probably going to have to still work again in your lifetime. And I don't know, like, how would you find something else that I don't know, if you like what you're doing.
Yeah, but
why wouldn't you stick to it and continue to
the only world that I would ever sell the Moto Academy in the future would be is if for some reason at one point I got to where like I was no longer interested in dirt bikes at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which won't happen.
And then I think at that point too, you have to make sure that you're selling it to somebody whose values are aligned. And I guess people could totally
What's all that?
Throw up. I guess people could tell you that they have the same values as you and then change after they buy it, but I don't know. That just like that sucks as a consumer. Anyways.
Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, creating something that you want to create because you love it is the only important thing.
Whereas most people create things because they want to make money.
Because they want to make money.
Yeah.
And that is such a bad way of doing it. And it's where the majority of people begin. And then what happens is you end up very quickly
giving up,
getting yourself sucked into this, cornered into this little like pigeonhole. And it's all about money. And then for that person, you will have the eventual, what?
Just annihilating.
You will have the eventual epiphany of like, crap, I'm making enough money now to where like, do I really need to make any more? And yet I've put myself in a situation where I don't even like what my business is or what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. That's why we're so lucky is I love every part about what we're doing. So the money is almost irrelevant. The money is fun to learn how it works and how to grow it.
And to use it to do like it's a great tool.
It's an amazing tool now. Like we're getting to the point
You need money to build your business more.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why it's useful.
If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, make sure you go download them on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to watch full episodes or be a person that sends in your own video submission, go to club.themotoacademy.com and subscribe to join the Moto Academy family today.